Alright guys, we gotta talk about something very serious today. We gotta cover something that's been going on for, quite a while recently in Monster Gens. And so I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to cover this because I'm sure a lot of you guys are actually kind of, or actually very annoyed by this monster. Not just kind of, but very annoyed. And we're going to talk about this in today's video. So I hope you guys are excited. If you are, make sure you drop a like, subscribe. Anyways, we're going to get started. Alright guys, so what I'm talking about is the one of the monsters, one of the ancestral monsters actually, that is not really new. She's been out for quite a while now. So yeah, I mean, she's been out for the past, what, like, let's see. So she got released right here. And what was she part of? I'm pretty sure she was part of Multiversal, if I'm not mistaken. Because Alpine was Just and Justice, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, this monster, when she got released, man, it is so annoying dealing with her, you know what I mean? So I'll tell you guys in a second what I actually mean. And another thing is, I would be one of those players that would actually definitely consider using this monster because it is meta right now. And for those of you guys that don't know what meta is, basically, so basically that term just means the monsters that are being used the most right now, you know what I mean? So for example, Just and Justice, you would see Just and Justice almost everywhere. There it is. So that means this monster is meta. You would see that on first player's base. This one's just trolling with those common monsters. But let's see this one. As you see, there's Just and Justice. So when you see that very often on players' bases, that means that that monster is just meta. So yeah, that's the term that players use to call a monster that's being used quite a lot. So that monster is like dominating right now in the meta. So another monster that's really dominating and is very annoying to face. I mean, recently Just and Justice got nerfed at least, but this monster, man, let me tell you, it is quite annoying. Especially after they released the update with the dodge area nerf, and also obviously the status casters. The monster needs to get in turn for it to kick in. So what players are actually doing right now is they're running full speed on this monster, and what happens is that when the monster gets in first turn, because this monster is crazy fast, like if you take a look at the speed here, first of all, ancestral monsters in general are just super darn like fast, and just like not just fast, but like every single stat, strength wise, speed wise, life wise, everything, it is just crazy. Like it is up there, you know what I mean? So that's already like adds on to it, you know what I mean? So the monster gets like 24,928 speed like stock, so full, like, just without runes, anything. Without the runes, you get 24,900, basically about 25,000. Let's just say we're just gonna round it up, okay? So 25,000 speed. And another thing is, when you give in those level 14 runes, because that's what players do, they give in those level 14 runes. If you take a look at Rose's base, let's see if this player's actually running. Yeah, this player's running triple level 14, and you're getting about 50,048 speed. Now, that is not the full speed, obviously, because remember, what also contributes to that is the team speed. So this player, this monster Corruptor, is using that triple team speed, obviously. So you have that triple level 14 team speed, and then you have another triple team speed. So you can just imagine how fast this monster is. Like, we're talking definitely over 70,000, has to be, right? So I haven't actually gotten the chance to get to the top 10. I don't think I will, but in the top 10, I wonder what the speed is actually on this monster altogether. I mean, you could probably do the math there, because usually with level 14s, I'm not sure how much they actually contribute in terms of speed. If we take a look at this here, let's just go to level 14. I don't have any, so I can't really tell, and I don't think you can actually buy any from here. I think level 10s are actually max. I don't think they let you buy level 14. That'd be cool though, but you could definitely do the math there, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure it actually increases it over 70k, but if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, my point is that when the monster gets in first turn, why is it so important that this monster gets in first turn? Well, first of all, let's talk about the minor blind and area random debuff that's going to kick in straight away. So not only are your monsters, let's say if this is the enemy team, let's say I'm facing Rose on PvP, which I hope that never happens, but if it does, obviously I'm screwed. Basically what happens is that this monster, if this was actually on defense and not attack, but if it was on defense, what would happen is if I go up against this, I get hit with minor blind on all of my monsters. By the way, Megaton monsters are not really dead, but I mean, you can still use King Adam for Megatons. or like Pangoloyat. I haven't seen anybody use Pangoloyat, but King Adam's there, you know what I mean? So that monster absorbs the minor blind. But if you don't have a Megaton monster like that, everybody gets it with minor blind, everybody gets it with area rain rebuff, which is crazy, pretty annoying obviously. So you definitely need like a trade disabler or a monster that would just completely just destroy the monster, eliminate it fully, obviously. But anyways, but besides all that, you know what I mean, besides the stat guessers from the traits, take a look at this. This monster can start off by either, here's the thing, this monster has a this magic damage skill that actually gives an extra turn besides the total blind, obviously. So you could definitely total blind the enemy, which again, total blind, what it does is actually it just reduces the accuracy by 100%. So that makes the enemy either recharge or to remove that skill. Or if they have an extra turn skill, obviously they can use that extra turn skill. Let's say if it's super small, something like low dark damage or low light damage, whatever it is, something very small, but it gives you an extra turn just so that you can cover from that total blind and then use a stronger skill. But when you do that, you actually mess up because of the anticipation here. This monster has anticipation, so you don't want to do that obviously, because it'll be a bait basically, so you gotta be careful. But anyways, so besides this, once this monster gets in another turn, what she can do is either remove evasion from everybody. So if the enemy, if your team is running evasion, evasion is basically removed, just fully, it's gone. Then a total blind hits and also moderate magic damage as well. So it definitely comes with you know, some damage there as well. And remember, these are ancestral monsters with some crazy strength. Wait a second, oh my goodness, this whole time I was looking at it wrong. Oh my gosh, I know a lot of you guys are probably in the comments right now like, MG, you were looking at it wrong. Yeah, I'm sorry, I was looking at the strength. All right, I'm sorry, I had a long day. But that's just the strength 50k. The speed is 66,060. Oh my goodness. What? So 66,060. Now imagine those level 14s combined on top. It has to be over 80k at least, right? It has to be over 80k. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but over 80k for sure. So yeah, that's even crazier. The fact 66k speed, I mean, we've never seen that before in ML, obviously. So you know, ancestral monsters are obviously the new monsters that definitely introduce that, and I wonder if they're going to release anything better than ancestrals later on. And also, don't forget, this monster actually has double element as well, so that metal against light, yeah, just injustice, you gotta be careful, man. Take a look at this, whitening the web, moderate metal damage, right? And it comes with a random debuff status effect to all enemies twice, right? And then it applies nanovirus as well. Now I know that obviously this most monsters, especially the ancestral monsters, got nerfed. Just Injustice, Jezza, and a bunch of other ones got nerfed. Like this before was a lot more stronger, obviously, but now I don't think it actually is as strong, because I'm sure that applying it twice to the enemies, that won't actually count towards his towards her awakening. So it'll just be a +2 most likely instead of like a +6, because you just have to multiply this by basically 2 other ones, so that would definitely be 6. And I'm sure they definitely nerfed this, so it's twice now, so it'll just be a +2. But still, I mean, that's how her awakening actually works, by the way, in case you guys didn't know. What happens is that the sponsor, once it applies debuffs to the enemies, like I think 11 or 12 times, when she does that, she'll get this right here. She'll get her awakening, and besides the cool parts, I think she gets, what is it that she actually gets? I know she gets 2 really good stuff, but besides that, once you use this, you can remove debuff status effects from all enemies, and then you're dealing damage per every single effect removed. So the more you apply, the better. And remember guys, this monster is packed with almost like a lot. Every single one of her skills are basically packed with those status effects, so you gotta be careful. And plus, you're gonna be applying twice to basically all 3 monsters. And remember, dodge area nerf. There's no Megaton most likely unless King Adam's there. And then this last skill, you're removing positive status effect, dealing damage, and also total damage reduction with an extra turn. So this monster has 2 extra turns to basically kind of not spam, but like use. And then you have one of these skills to use, which is crazy. And remember this, guys, this monster applying these like total damage reductions, the blinds, and removing vision and all that. Like, this is something that once you get the turn, you can't really do much about it unless you charge up. Obviously you have to charge up, and then next turn you can do something, but even next turn she can basically hit you with the same exact thing because there's no cooldown on total blinds or total damage reduction like there is with status effects like freeze, stun, and all those other crazy stuff. So I feel like what they can actually do to kind of help against this, what ML can actually do, is release something that would be like similar to status effects that, like, you know how if you get stunned it says recently stunned, so you can't really stun it again unless you remove positive status effect and then stun it again, or wait for the monster to finish a turn like the next turn and then you can go ahead and stun it again. They could do the same exact thing with total damage reduction. So it could say like recently total damage reduction or whatever. Same with, like, for example, total blind. You know what I mean? Because right now this monster is super overpowered, and again, almost every player is 100% running this monster. Now this player is actually running it with team speed. I'm sure he's just messing around because, as you guys can see, there is just like common monsters and rare monsters all over, and this monster has, oh, there it is, finally appearing here. Triple speed, look at that. That's the meta, guys. The triple speed, and I'm pretty sure it's 6 team speed as well, unless they have some different type of strategy running. But for the most part, it's literally just triple speed for the meta, guys, and it's crazy. Like, almost everybody, and like I know Elvira is being used, but that evasion, man, you gotta say goodbye to that evasion, because again, you could just easily get rid of that with this monster, and it's crazy. It's just stupid how like OP that is. And I wanted to make a video on this to cover it up because I know a lot of you guys definitely have been affected by this, especially if you're playing on that top PvP right now. You're definitely facing this, and I'm sure you are annoyed. Now, what I started recently using is like a knockoff version, so you guys can probably see already what I'm talking about. So I'm actually using device. I think it's a device in 22 or something. But anyways, I'm using device, and basically this monster is pretty similar. Obviously not as anywhere close to being as good as the other monster, but just somewhere there with the total blinds, antiviruses, negative status effects, and things like that. Obviously, and I'm running triple speed as well, so you can continue using Albinasa. But remember, Albinasa also got a little bit nerfed with Just and Justice, although Just and Justice got nerfed, but it's just Albinasa also somewhat got nerfed if you think about it, really. Anyways, so start off with the total blind here to everybody. We do have a monster there that it is block resurrection trait, but he can't really do anything, really. So he went ahead and healed everybody, but still has all those negative status effects that I can easily just do an AoE and finish off. And remember, there's no Megaton, so I can easily just do that, and the path's open. So yeah, guys, it's some crazy stuff, man. Oh, I'm sure a lot of you guys are definitely complaining about this monster, like how OP it is, and the current meta is just stupid. You know, triple speed, 16 speed, that's usually what you see in the grand duels, or grand classic duels as well, but right now, you know what I mean, that's what we see, that this is what we're having on PvP. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comments down below your thoughts and opinions about this. What you guys think about this. I just wanted to make a video on it because I thought, why not? So yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions, and that's gonna be pretty much it. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.